I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And to every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
I am having a hard time explaining this feeling, which is surprising, right? I'm a Black woman in America. I'm Congolese and live in America. Of course, I am used to being overqualified and underlooked. I'm used to this feeling of constant disappointment. But this time felt different. Because if a woman like Vice President Kamala Harris, her opponent is a criminal, yet America chooses him, what message does that send to all the other men who are comfortable assaulting women? What message does that send to all the women who have been assaulted? I just feel so defeated. I feel so defeated. I don't even know how to explain this feeling. It's too much because there was never a part of me for a second who thought, I am so scared. I think that's really the underlying feeling is I'm just scared. I'm scared. I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. I'm sad. I'm just all of it. And worst of all is I really actually did not believe this would happen. I truly did. I went to bed confident. And I still don't believe it. I really don't.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the US election and how people are reacting to Donald Trump winning the election for the second time. He was the 45th president and now the 47th president of the United States. So guys, what are your thoughts on how people are reacting to him winning, whether it's Black people or white or women worrying about their rights in America? So guys, we are in Canada, but a lot of what happened in America does impact Canadians, as we share border with the Americans as well. So guys, I am just so surprised to see a lot of people's reaction. You only can control your household sometime and control your own vote. I'm sure by talking to others and your family, you can influence their vote sometimes, but it is so shocking to see so many people be so disappointed because they expected one woman or one man to make the world better. That's not how it works. You got to trust God. You're going to build your own community. You got to build your own family and build your own household, and then cast your vote and encourage your family to cast the vote that you believe in. So guys, let's see how all these creators reacting to Donald Trump winning, and let me know what your thoughts are and how are you feeling about the election.
Black women, I'm so excited about last night's election results. If you like me, you've already done your crime. That's why I look like this today. But let me get to the good news and why this just shout. Because y'all, for the next 4 years, we get to rest. That's right. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story about the mass deportation that happened here in Nebraska. Then we're going to move on and get to the money. We always get to the money. So his first term, y'all, he did the mass deportations in my state. And y'all know we have more cows than we have people. And so while kids were in school, because they work the meat processing plants here, the soybeans, the corn, all the ag, because we're ag state. So while the kids were in school, he came and snatched them, y'all. In our state, y'all, we have the big Greyhound light buses. And they shipped them out of here. Now listen, I ain't laughing at him, I'm laughing with him, right? Because it's funny. And anyway, so I got death threats for helping. But guess what? Not again. Sitting it out. So now let's get to the money. So y'all know this qualified immunity is coming. But let me tell y'all, Black women, why that's exciting. So there's this company. I don't give out any investment advice. I'm just telling y'all what I invested in. So there's this company, AXON, it's publicly traded, and they provide most in the U.S. police departments, their body cameras, their tasers. They even have an AI arm of their company, where even everything was on the camera, they translated in real time to do police report. Yeah, let me say this, y'all. It's a well-managed company. It's a very profitable company, and they stocks keep going up. So I ain't saying invest. I'm gonna just say that's where I'm hedging my bets, because it started next year, and we know what's happening with qualified immunity, y'all. But we sitting there, we ain't marching, we ain't showing up, we ain't doing nothing. I said 4 years of relaxation. Now I'm gonna get serious with y'all, because we done laughing at the dummies over here, right? Today, and I'm not playing with y'all. You go start you a business. And I don't care what kind of business it is. Don't you let 5 p.m., don't you let 12 a.m. catch y'all. And you ain't started your LLC. Because not only are we going to support each other, but even my license plate say capitalism. I'm going to tell you why. Because that's the foundation that this country was built on. Slavery, anyone? But what we're not going to do, if we don't have a seat at the table, then you what they eat at the table. And so, y'all, we ain't going to be on the menu. You go start you a business, and then we're going to just start shadowing moves. Now, just full disclosure, my household did actually really well under his first term, right? Because we're entrepreneurs. Y'all listen, go start you a business, and we're gonna support each other, and we're gonna make the money, and we're gonna chill for the next 4 years. I better not see y'all out. I better not see y'all post nothing about, like people in cages, no matter how small they are. That black women, that is not y'all business. Now listen, it's 9:21. I'm gonna get to my champagne. If I drop another tear or two, that ain't y'all business. But after this, y'all, after today, we boss up. See y'all on the other side of 4 years. Very well rested, sisters.
Man, I'm chilling with my boy Foggiano Blow, man. Got my first MAGA hat, man. Big supporter of the music, man. Late show moon, man. Look, man, just ran into that boy leaving the gym, man. Got my first. I've been looking for my MAGA hat, man. Hey, Foggiano, you got it, baby.
Let's go, my dog.
Man, I'm
I ain't never heard of him being racist prior to running for president. That's just me, though. I mean, because any two ways you look at it, the man won his presidency without the black vote. What he need it for? What he need us for? Tell me what he need me for. He don't need me. But for some reason, he always get up on that stage talking about how low black unemployment is. Because he legitimately cares. You never heard Obama get on stage talking about black unemployment. He couldn't. Because under his first 2 years with a Democratic Congress, it doubled. Black unemployment under Barack Obama doubled. How many of y'all know that? It doubled. It literally doubled. It went from 8% to 16%. How you get around that and no media say nothing about that? But Donald Trump, getting it to the lowest it's ever been recorded. Like I said, he don't need us. He does not need the black vote. The black vote didn't put him in office. The black vote ain't gonna take him out of office. But the fact that he gets up there on them stages every chance he get and tells us how we are doing, because I ain't gonna say that. We too crazy to realize it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gotta do that. He ain't got to get up there. When he was running for president, he didn't have to get out there talking about, what do you have to lose? Vote for me. He didn't have to do that. But he did. And we grateful that he did. You know, it's some smart folks out there that happen to be darker skinned like me. You just got to find them. See, a lot of them scared to say something because they scared somebody going to say something back to me. I'm a step. What's up? You got something to say about Donald Trump? What? I ain't got no MAGA hat. My damn head too damn big to be trying to wear a MAGA hat. So I can't wear no MAGA hat I nowhere. But I got a MAGA sweater in there that I wear. I wore it to work. Nobody said nothing. I'm a big old bitch. They better not say nothing.
So 95% of black women came together last night and decided that we was going to support one black woman. 95% of us came together to support one black woman. So if 95% of us can come together to support one black woman, 95% of us can come together to support all black women. Like, it really just opened my eyes to know that as a community, we don't need nobody else. We literally can change the trajectory of our own lives as black women. 95% of us supporting one cause can move mountains. We don't really need nobody to campaign for us. We don't need nobody to represent us. We 95% repping ourselves. 95% of us can come together for one cause. we can come together to change our children's lives, our families' lives, because 95% of us think the same. Make the same decisions. Come together in solidarity to make sure something happens. Regardless of the outcome, 95% of us stood 10 toes down and supported our counterpart. 95% of us. So I say that to say, if 95% of us is willing to support one black woman, 95% of us can support the majority of black women. We can decide to build our own communities. We can
Trump 2024. Last night I became homeless because my parents found out that I was supporting and voting for Donald Trump. Nancy from New Jersey reached out in my TikTok DMs after I posted a TikTok and let me into her house with loving arms, gave me a nice dinner and said I have more than enough time to stay here to get back on my feet. Thank you for all the Republicans who reached out in my comment section or from all over the country saying that I can stay in their home and welcome me with loving arms. This is what Republicans are all about, showing that we are all united no matter what race or skin color and that we all love and support each other. Donald Trump is the best candidate for this country. And MAGA 2024, Make America Great Again. I'm going to be in NYC at the rally on the 27th, and I can't wait. Love you all, and thank you for showing me that this is what being a Republican is all about.
The Latino, I've never been more embarrassed and more disappointed in the Latin community for even voting or thinking of voting for Trump. Voting against your own self-interest is counterproductive. It's insane to me. Like, y'all don't make no sense. What's not clicking? And let's be very serious. Latinos voted for Trump because they want to be as close to whiteness as possible. It's because they are anti-black. It's because of the internalized racism. It's because of the pure not even internalized. It's for the outward racism. That's really mainly what it was. And let's not forget the misogyny of it all. Let's not forget that, because one thing a Latina woman is gonna do is gonna put her man, her son, her and any male figure in the Latin community up on a pedestal with ease. And that's exactly what the Latino men thrive on. The women always putting them up on a pedestal. And that's really the sad part about it, because there is no reason why they should have been voting for Trump at all.
I am so confused right now. The amount of girls that are coming up on my For You page talking about Trump has been elected president. Oh my gosh. We don't have any rights anymore. My grandma has more rights than I do. What the heck are you talking about? What? I can buy a car. I can buy a home. I can go to school. I can get a job. I can do everything a man can do. I can vote. I have the freedom to go onto this wonderful app and speak whatever I feel like. That's my car telling me I need an oil change. Anyways, what rights am I losing? And if the only rights we're talking about are allowing men to come into the bathroom with me and play in women's sports and the right to kill an unborn child, I'm sorry, you're crazy and kind of demonic. So if you needed a reason to unfollow me, there it is.
Well, Donald Trump is now our 47th president of the United States of America. This election was not even close, which I find odd considering Kamala Harris's rallies. However, how can that compete when you have Elon Musk paying $1 million per day to encourage people to vote for Donald Trump? Personally, I'm disgusted by that. I'm disgusted enough to delete my X account. I'm disgusted enough to never order a Tesla as long as I shall live. I want to take this moment to congratulate those of you who voted for Donald Trump, which was the overwhelming majority of Americans. You chose to vote for a dictatorship, and that is what you will get. America is no longer the land of the free. You have chosen, by siding with Donald Trump, to throw our United States Constitution and our United States flag in the garbage. Personally, I am embarrassed. I am ashamed to call myself an American. In fact, I no longer call myself an American, because the values that I hold dear are being aligned with freedom, liberty, and justice. Unfortunately, those are no longer the values of the United States, as the United States has voted for a dictatorship and everything that comes with it. This country is no longer recognizable to me. I find myself surrounded by people that no longer share the same values as I do. You chose to elect a man that is a self-proclaimed dictator. Over 80% of his former staff came forward to warn us he's a fascist. Over half of the country decided to vote for a convicted felon, a man found guilty of rape, a hostile, hateful, old, senile, bitter, treasonous bigot. During his entire campaign, he never once laid out a policy, not one policy, in detail. All he spoke about were bumper sticker level, surface level ideas, concepts, with no real plan, no details whatsoever. As Americans, we deserve better than that. That's why I made over 125 videos sounding the alarm bell, saying this man does not have a plan. This man is not taking the role of being president serious. Leading economists, leading financial firms are warning us that by electing Donald Trump, our country is on course for a recession. I outlined his lies in detail, one by one. And in comparison, I outlined Kamala Harris's details with supporting evidence. But you were too brainwashed, too blinded by your own racism, misogyny, bigotry, tunnel vision. You refused to acknowledge the facts. So now, when the cost of goods, from food to clothes to cars, increase in price by 20%, that's on you. When your mother loses her Medicare benefits, that's on you. When your disabled brother loses 30% of his Social Security disability income, that's on you. When your pregnant daughter suffers a miscarriage and is being investigated for murder, that's on you. When your wife gets raped and is forced to give birth to your rapist baby, that's on you. And when they make her rapist have parental rights to co-parent with you, that's on you. When the cost of imported lumber increases by 20% and new construction becomes even more scarce, that's on you. When Donald Trump conducts his mass deportation operation, which is projected to cost Americans $379 billion, which is projected to cut our GDP by 4 to 6%, leading to a great recession, that's on you. When Trump fills his cabinet with MAGA loyalists that defund the Department for Education, the Department of Labor, the Department of Homeland Security, the EPA, that's on you. When you are no longer offered overtime pay, that's on you. When Social Security is projected to go bankrupt in 6 years under Donald Trump's plan, that's on you. When leading economists project his plan will add $5.8 trillion to the national debt, that's on you. When large publicly traded companies buy up single-family homes in residential neighborhoods, creating lifelong renters, and further increasing the price of homes, making it even harder to become a homeowner, that's on you. When corporations turn into monopolies by less restrictions through mergers and price gouging, that's on you. When Trump deregulates the EPA and pollutes our air and causes sea levels to rise, that's on you. In 4 years, when we have another election and you want to vote him out, but he refuses to leave, that's on you. Americans made it blatantly clear that they would rather incur all of this rather than have a mixed woman as their president. Shame on you. You will get what you deserve. Donald Trump's last presidency, he had the luxury of riding Obama's strong economy. However, that's not the case this time. although our economy has been built back stronger, our economy is still very fragile. And so this time around, you will get to experience a true Donald Trump presidency. And let me tell you something, it is not going to be pretty. Part of me is actually looking forward to watching those of you who support him relentlessly suffer under his policies and become much poorer, as those of us that have accumulated wealth become much richer. However, this isn't about money for me. This is about doing what's right. It's right versus wrong. It's freedom versus dictatorship. And unfortunately, more than half of Americans chose the latter. Ironically, it is the MAGA supporters that are going to feel the effects of a Trump presidency the most. If you make in the lower 50% of all Americans, you can expect a tax increase under Donald Trump's policy. So to sum up, you voted for a dictatorship for you, your family, and your children. And this will take decades to undo. Being the land of the free, our freedom is not something to take for granted. It's something that we have fought for, our grandparents have fought for, and it's something that you literally just gave up by voting this man in. He told you what he's going to do, and you have to believe him. And unfortunately, there's no way out now. And yet, his most loyal supporters are bragging that Trump won, when in fact, this is the biggest mistake of your life. This is something that your children and your children's children and your children's children's children will never forgive you for. Good luck to all of you.
I am so relieved to say that Donald J. Trump is going to be the 47th president of the United States. The red wave that we were expecting in 2020 is the one that we received this time. All the swing states, the popular vote, Senate majority, almost House majority. This just shows that no amount of identity politics, no amount of celebrity influence or media manipulation could stand against the power of truth, because people were desperate. America was sick of the careless leadership, radical agendas, mass illegal immigration, skyrocketing inflation, constant hate and division. I'm not surprised that the campaign that only ran on abortion and hating Trump, with a sprinkle of celebrity endorsements, lost. Never mind the dismissal of Jesus as the cherry on top. While the left was targeting millions of Americans with a political campaign that was specifically designed to instill fear, they forgot and neglected the other millions of Americans that love this country and love their families more than they hated Trump, because they just can't fathom loving anybody more than themselves. I need to stress this to you. Not a single right is going to be taken from you. He didn't take any away when he was president the first 4 years either. All Americans are about to thrive. Lower interest rates, healthier foods, secure nation with a secure border. Your right to abort your children was never constitutional, and in some states is not going away. So please, let's just control the hysterics, and please just open your eyes to see the prosperity that this nation is about to experience.
I can honestly and wholeheartedly say that I have never in my life wanted to make a video less than this one right now. Donald Trump has officially won Pennsylvania, which means that somehow he has once again officially won the presidency. And I think the worst part is that I can't honestly say that I'm surprised in any way. I exist on the internet every single day. I see the way that these grown men and occasionally women act when they are behind the comfort of a keyboard. I see the hate that this world harbors towards women, towards LGBTQ+, towards people of color, towards everyone who is not this mold. Today, this country has proven to us that they hate women, people of color, LGBTQ+ members, everyone else more than they hate a literal felon who has committed schmexual schmishmalt. That is how much hatred they harbor for women, and I fear that things are not going to get better. This is not moving in the direction of things becoming better. They have won the presidency, they have won the Senate, and they will probably be winning the House. The GOP will have full control to pass and do whatever they want without being stopped. And we have seen what that means. We have seen their playbooks and their projects and their plans. I genuinely do believe that we are about to witness the downfall of an entire country.
We have been actively witnessing it for some time. Yes, a lot of us acknowledge that, but I truly do think we're about to speed run it, essentially. And I'm in Minnesota. I'll probably be fine for a while. I can drive up to my friends in Canada. I can figure something out, but there are so many people here who cannot, who don't have plans or the option of a plan. And they won't be okay. And I'm so worried for so many people. And I don't know what to do. I know you're going to ask me what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I tried so hard. And I feel like I failed. I feel like we all failed. And I did everything I could. And I don't know what I could have done better. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna go now. We're gonna figure this out. Don't let my breakdown panic you. We always figure this out, and we're going to. We just have to stick together and stand strong. Oh my gosh, that's the first time I think you guys have ever actually seen me cry. And I feel this might be the first time I'm not going to cut it and try and refilm, because this is really what's happening now. I was just walking down the street to go get my medication because I'm out and I need it for today. And I saw a woman walking her 2 kids, and she had this look on her face. And I looked at her, we made eye contact, and we both kind of nodded. Like we were both just devastated. And you could just tell in her eyes. I can't believe this country did this again. Why did I let myself have hope?
So I want you to hear me when I say with my full fucking chest, if you voted for Donald Trump, I want you out of my life. Because at a base level, I don't care for friends. I don't care for family, because if I'm going into a future where interracial marriage is even up for debate, I don't want you at my wedding. I don't want you there. If I travel out of state while on my period and my blood condition causes me to start hemorrhaging, and I happen to be in a state where women's health care is so strictly regulated that doctors feel like they can't interfere because any period-related bleeding could be a pregnancy and there's no interfering in that, and I bleed out and die because of the laws that are going to be left up to states' decisions, I don't want you at my funeral. If the Department of Education is defunded and my children can't go to school unless it's at a private institution that we cannot afford, and there's no way to get any assistance in affording this, I don't want you in my kids' lives. And that's just the beginning of it. So honestly, truly, if you voted for Trump, get out of my life.
Guys, now that you watch all these creators, what are your input? What are your thoughts? So as myself and my husband, usually in politics, we have two different takes on it. We're both looking for different things from each politicians. So did you realize that sometimes men and women, husband and wives, do not agree with the same party that they want to vote for? So guys, myself and my husband usually don't agree. We usually have two different stands on it, and sometimes we don't discuss it, and if it gets heated, we just leave it alone. But we always give each other the right to vote for whoever you want, whether we agree or we just agree to disagree. So let me know what your thoughts are. Do you and your husband or partner agree on the same party, whether it's Trump or Kamala or whoever you vote for? What are your thoughts? Let me know. I love talking in my comment section with you guys, because at least we have the conversation going, and maybe that will prevent some of us from being so unhappy and not have our voice heard.